I'm Mike Balsamo. I'm the lead Justice Department reporter for the Associated Press. There's an ongoing court battle now over documentation related to the search of former President Donald Trump's estate, Mar-a-Lago in Florida. The Justice Department asked the court to unseal specific documents related to their search of Mar-a-Lago that happened earlier this month, though the Justice Department wanted to keep secret the affidavit that supports that warrant, the reason that the FBI sets out that it has probable cause that the former president may have committed multiple federal crimes, including violations of the Espionage Act. The Justice Department made a court filing in which they argue that unsealing that record, the affidavit, would unduly compromise their investigation. They say that that document specifically contains very sensitive information about witnesses who have been interviewed already by the government. And for the first time, the government seemed to acknowledge that this investigation implicates highly sensitive classified records. The government alleges that there is no way in which they can release even portions of that affidavit. They say redacting it would mean that there would basically be nothing left on the page. However, news organizations are still forging forward. A judge has set a hearing for Thursday in southern Florida to hear from both the news organizations and the Justice Department about whether or not additional records should be released. They don't oppose releasing, for example, the cover sheet that's attached to the warrant. In addition to the Justice Department's motion, they asked the court to keep the records sealed, and the reason behind their request to keep those secret, along with the judge's order that did, in fact, seal those documents. So the Justice Department says that they believe those records should now be made public. It's still not clear whether the Justice Department chose to execute this search warrant just to retrieve the classified records because they are government property, or whether this is part of a kind of wider investigation into the former president. What we do know, though, from court filings is that the Justice Department says this is an ongoing investigation and that releasing additional details would compromise their investigation as they move forward and could potentially chill other witnesses from coming forward or present threats to witnesses who already have come forward and are cooperating with the government.